But go ahead, explain to our audience how we got trapped last time and how you don't want a repeat of that and what you're doing right now to get the people in line.
Well, no one in conservative Inc. expected President Trump to win in 2016. And as a result, there was no real concerted effort to prepare for a staffing administration. The federal government is over 2.2 million employees, and the president actually only gets to put in about 4,000 typically. Those people have to be aligned, they have to know the mission, they have to be trained to know how to work in the bureaucracy, and they have to be ready to go day one. The clock is ticking. What happened the last go round is you basically had the revolving door come in from the old Bush administration. We're changing all that. We are now sending out 2.5 years in advance. And this, I should say, our project's nonpartisan. It's not directed towards any one candidate. If it's President Trump or Governor DeSantis or any other conservative who rises to the top, we're going to be ready to give them the real America First staffing to move out on a policy agenda and be successful day one. The problem is, and why I love even the title of your show, Outside the Beltway, that's what we have to do. This is really a call for everyone listening today to think about if you have the skill set and you have the courage and you have the desire to come serve in Washington, now is the time to start getting your ducks in a row. And we're going to train you and we're going to teach you the ways of the bureaucracy. And hopefully we may even put you in the government to execute.
Paul, this is about action, 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 getting the right people in. What's interesting, you go back to 1968 when Richard Nixon ran against Humphrey. He wanted to do this. They never got that really together. It was his original vision. He said, look, if I win, I want to be able to staff it with young, energetic conservatives that can basically have the energy to move the bureaucracy in a conservative direction. If people say, okay, for the sake of argument, Trump's going to be the nominee, I believe. In a Trump administration, if somebody says, yeah, I think I would like to serve in that, do some good, move the ball forward, how do they get in touch with you? How do they get in the pipeline, Paul?
Sure. We're at project2025.org. But what we've set up here is really a 4-pillar approach to get you ready to serve. First, we developed a policy book, which came out last Friday. That's available free online. I have a copy of it here. It's called Mandate for Leadership 2025, the Conservative Promise. That's 920 pages of basically some big top item game plan for agency by agency approach for the next conservative president. If you have no background in federal government, this is a good primer to learn about. Next, we want you to develop your profile and really highlight who you are. We're building a massive database of all conservatives potentially you can serve. There, it's like a conservative LinkedIn. You can curate your own profile, upload your resume, put all your social media, distinguish yourself, highlight what you're interested in. And on the back end, our 50-member coalition, we're not just a heritage foundation, we are 50 of the largest, most influential groups coming together to basically join efforts. We're going to evaluate and vet you and see where we think you could fit. Third, we want you to take the trainings. There's online lessons taught, kind of crowdsourced from our experts of people formerly served in the Trump administration to other hands who've been outside of government, people from the Hill, giving all sorts of lectures free online, again at project2025.org. So these are, lectures about how to do the budgeting process, or maybe how to fill out your security clearance. How do you work successfully with the bureaucrats, the so-called career staff, and actually get things done? These are lessons that you need to know ahead of time. It's too late to learn on the job. That we need people who are ready to go day one. And then finally, pillar 4 is our game plan. We're drafting the regulations, the executive orders. All these things are going to be teed up so we can go in and the president can basically start signing after he or she utters, "So help me God." What we want you to eventually do is help draft those orders and regulations and be familiar with them. Therefore, at the end of the day, you're a trained special operator who knows what you're up against and knows the game plan, and you can move out. At the end of the day, all this only changes when we have skilled people who are in the arena battling the bureaucracy. And this is your call. If you're out there in Sacramento, you're out in Des Moines, wherever you're listening today, and you've aspired to do this sort of work, go to project2025.org and get in our funnel, and we're going to train you up.